What is up, everyone? Sorry for not posting Monday. Um, I'm not gonna get into full detail, but I sort of lost my YouTube account, so I couldn't log into it. But now I'm back into it, and I'm here for some more NHL videos. I'm thinking this team's gonna win the Stanley Cup. Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I think this team will make the playoffs, though. So on the first line, we have Dylan Guenther, Logan Cooley, Clayton Keller. Then on the second line, we have Evander Kane, Lucas Reichel, Warren Foegele. Then the third line, we have Matias Maccelli, Mackie, I can't say that last name, and Kirill Marchenko. Then we have Kaapo Kakko, Josh Norris, and Aatu Ratta. Then for defensemen, we have Ivan Provorov, Cam York. Then we have Husso Välimäki and Gustav Forsling and Stan and Victor Soderstrom. Then for goaltending, we have Jesper Wallstedt and Mats Søgaard. This is the last season that we might have Mats Søgaard because the numbers he's put up for us in the last 2 seasons have not been good. So if he puts up another sort of season like that, we'll most likely bring up Noah Val. And just some guys that have not made it in the lineup yet is Connor Geekie, Josh Doan. I guess that's it for forwards. And then for defensemen, we have Maverick Lemieux, I think that's how you say it. And I have no idea why Luke Misa is on the defense. I'll probably have to sign a defenseman, right? Yeah. But also Luke Misa hasn't joined the team yet. So for contracts, I have not looked at any. Evander Kane, we signed to a 1-year deal, so can't sign him. Looks like everyone is actually locked in. Wow. We'll have to sign some AHL guys, and I would do a lower defenseman because, or we have Luke Misa on the defense, and next year we just bring in, what is it, Leo McLeod? Larry McLeod. So we might just do that. We don't know. But yeah, I'll just sign some AHL guys, and we should be good to go. Others are offering us this. Next year, 4th rounder Leonard and a 3rd. Well, not and a 3rd, but they are offering us this year 3rd. Leonard, I want to get rid of because he's 28. And we're getting a 3rd basically for nothing. I'm accepting. Best, whatever. So Douglas says yes. Yannick says yes. Maverick says yes. Jeremy says yes. Connor rejects. Come on, Geeky. And Connor Geeky says yes to his new contract, which is good. So we have everyone locked in for the rest of this rebuild. So in my last episode, I said I'm going to trade away Jack McBain. But one thing I sort of looked at, I might trade away Josh Norris. Because he's 83 overall, and he's being paid $7.715 million. When we could put Ridley Gregg there, which is being paid $3.5. That is more than half of Norris's contract. So I'll play Josh Norris till, the trade deadline. See how he is. If he's not performing well, which he's on the 4th line, so I probably will think he's not, I'll trade him away and Jack McBain, and I'll put Ridley Gregg in there. I seen the Oilers trade today. I'm sort of questioning it. I don't think we should have offered the first there. Like a first and a third or fourth, was it, that we give them for Adam Henrique and Sam Carrier. I don't think that first rounder probably was needed. I don't think that. I think we could have done like a second or even a third there, in Anaheim would have said yes. But I'm not the GM, so I can't really say much. Okay, so we have the Penguins offering us Pierre-Olivier Joseph and a sixth, and we give them Norris and McBain. Our left side is pretty well good, but we can put a left defenseman on the right side as well. They're not going to have as good of a fit, but he is one overall higher than Stan. And both of these guys we don't need. They're just, well, Norris we sort of do, but he's a bunch of cap space. So you know what? If I can, I'm going to try a fifth rounder, see if they accept that. They don't. So they'll go with the sixth. What we could do is a seventh for us. So do the 2030 draft seventh and do a fifth here. And they accept. So for forwards, we have Ridley Gregg on the second line with Mackey under him. And I just realized Evander Kane was an 86, now an 83, so we'll probably be trading Evander Kane. But that's all that's done. And for the defenseman, we have Pierre-Olivier Joseph on the third line with Stan on the second line. I want to check. So, okay. Mads is honestly doing not that bad. I would like a couple more wins, but a 921 and a 284, considering the last few years, like the first year he became our backup, he had an 878 and a 426. Second year, he was a 913 and a 304. At the trade deadline, well, we're basically at the trade deadline, like a couple games away, he is a 921 and a 284, so his numbers are getting better. But the thing is, how are Noah's? Ooh. Not as good as Mads, so we'll just wait. I think we'll keep Mads. So I have no idea with this team. At the trade deadline, we are 7th in our league. I may say we are a couple points out of a playoff spot. Because Nashville has 70 points, we have 66. So we still have time. But Winnipeg is first in our division, then Colorado, Dallas, St. Louis, Nashville, Chicago, us, and Minnesota. Then for the entire league, we have Winnipeg, Anaheim, Edmonton, Colorado, Vancouver, Toronto, New York, Tampa, Ottawa, and Dallas. In the bottom of the league, we have Buffalo, Vegas, Pittsburgh, Seattle, Minnesota, Washington, Calgary, Philadelphia, Carolina, Detroit, and New York Islanders. For goals for per game, lowest is, or I guess highest. Yeah, it's lowest. Buffalo, Vegas, Calgary. Which, wow, Ottawa 9th has like a low goals for per game. Then the best is Anaheim or Colorado, Winnipeg, and Toronto. I want to see where we are. It looks like we are sort of mid. were more lower than high. Than goals for per game or goals against per game. Lowest is Washington, Vegas, Buffalo. And I may add, Toronto in 6th, having a bad goals against. But then best is Edmonton, Tampa, Anaheim. And our defense is doing really good. So by the looks of it, we need to fix our offense a bit more. And I can see the fixing our forward core because we have no one that is a point per game. But as saying that, Logan Cooley and Clayton Keller both have 58. Then Dylan Gunther having 54. Evander Kane with 46. Warren Fogle and Lucas Reichel having 44. Ivan Provorov having 42. Gustav Forsling having 23. Cam York with 22. Massis Maselli having 20. Kirill Marchenko having 19. Mackey having 16. Capo Caco having 15. Atu Rata with 13. Stan with 11. Pierre Oliver Joseph, which I just want to see how many has he had. I got him basically at the trade deadline, as I said. But the 2 games he's played with us, he has no points. Victor Soderstrom, Huso Valimaki, Ridley Gregg, obviously playing the 2 games, having 2 points. Goaltending for us, Jesper Wallsted's doing pretty good, but I would like better numbers. Having 27, 23, 4 record, 3 shutouts, a 9.18, and a 2.76. Mads Sogard having a 3.32 record, 1 shutout, a 9.21, and a 2.84. For entire league, there's Kyle Connor. I have never seen him on the top of the league. But Kyle Connor was 76 or 79. Then Nikita Kucherov, Johan Martinsson, and William Nylander, all having 76. Then Connor McDavid, Andre Kempe, Mark Scheifele, and Mitchell Marner having 75. Then David Pasternak having 74. Austin Matthews with 73. Also tied with Elias Pettersson, Cale Makar to round out your top 10 in points. Then for goals, Nikita Kucherov almost said. I'm so used to having Kucherov as top and not Mika Zibanejad. Wow. Then Austin Matthews with 36. Jason Robertson with 38. Also Kyle Connor having 38. Trevor Zegras with 37. Then Ovechkin, Pasternak, and Kucherov all having 36. Then DeBrincat having 35. JVR having 34. Tied with McKinnon, Brock Besser, Connor Bedard to round out your top 10 in goals, which I may add is a slow season. Like, we'd have more goals at this time, but not right now. Wow. Then for defensemen, we have Cale Makar with 73. Morgan Riley with 63. Adam Fox with 58. Josh Morrissey with 53 or 56. Vince Dunn with 53. Then Samuel Girard, Evan Bouchard, and John Carlson having 49. Then Brent Clark having 48. Brandon Montour having 46 round of your top 10 in defensemen. And for goaltenders, we have Connor Hellebuck with 35 wins. Alexander Gorgiev, Jake Ottinger, and Ville Husso having 31. Then John Gibson, Connor Ingram having 30. Then Jordan Bennington having 29. Stuart Skinner with 28. Thatcher Demko with 27. Also tied with Jesper Wallstedt. And I believe that's your top 10 in wins. For shutouts, Logan Thompson with 5. Then Stuart Skinner and Andrei Vasilevsky with 4. Then there's probably a bunch of 3s. There's not many, so I guess I'll say them. So we have Jasper Wallstead, Spencer Knight, Joey Decord, Lucas Dostal, Jeremy Swayman, John Gibson, Jake Ottinger to round out your shutouts. Then save percentage for a starter is Andrei Vasilevsky with a 2.5 or a 9.25. Sorry. Then below him is Ilya Sorokin with a 9.23, and then below Sorokin is Stuart Skinner with a 9.20. Then goals against average, we have for starter is Andrei Vasilevsky with a 2.49. Then below him is Skinner with a 2.57. And then below him is Sorokin with a 2.62. Then for rookie skaters, we have Brent Clark. We might have a defenseman win it in like what? Like 10 years or more or something like that. Then we have Jakim Ranta, Weston Hamann, Michael Misa, Brent Bedard, Harrison, Emil Hemming, Jonathan Lekkerimäki. Oh yeah, he, gets to what? An 81 for Vancouver, but when I draft him, he's not a good player. Chaz Lucas with Detroit, and then Caden Lindstrom and Jordan Gavin, Owen Pickering, all rounding out your top 10 in rookie skaters. I'm really hoping this works. I'm offering Evander Kane, Valimaki, 2 seconds and a third for Adam Fantilli. Surprisingly, his trade potential is like down. So if I can get this, I'll even offer a first rounder if I have to. So what if we just go 3 second rounders? Okay. You know what? I don't have my 2030 draft pick or first rounder, so let's do 2029 first rounder, go a second and a first. They're saying they're not completely unwilling to do it, but so I believe the 2028 draft pick would do better. And we get Adam Fantilli. I'm hoping to do this, a 5th and a 6th for Fabian Zetterlund. I probably said his first name wrong. They reject the 5th and 6th. But if I go looking for a 7th, which don't look at the draft year, they accept. So the forward core changed up a lot. The first line's fine, but on the second line, we have Warren Foegele, Adam Fantilli, and Kaapo Kakko. Then the third line, we have Kirill Marchenko, Atu Rata, and Lucas Reichel. Then the fourth line, we have Mathis Maselli, Ridley Gregg, and Fabian Zetterlund. Defense didn't change at all. And goaltending, that's extra lines, okay, there you go, didn't change at all. So for the second year in a row, we come close, but not close enough to the playoffs. But in our league, we have Winnipeg, Colorado, Nashville, Dallas, St. Louis, us, Chicago, Minnesota. Then entire league, for the top 10, we have Winnipeg, Anaheim, Vancouver, Toronto, Edmonton, New York, Colorado, Nashville, Ottawa, Dallas. Then for the worst 10, I guess I'll say, is Buffalo, Vegas, Washington, Seattle, Pittsburgh, Minnesota, Boston, Calgary, Detroit, San Jose, and Chicago. Where did we go the whole entire league? We were 18th in the whole entire league. Goals 4 per game. Best was Toronto, Winnipeg, Colorado. Alright, and for us, looks like we actually dropped 0.01. So that's still not the best. But then goals against per game, best is Edmonton, Anaheim, New York. For worst, it's Vegas, Washington, Buffalo. Which for us, we were still pretty good. And for our points, we have Clayton Keller with 78. Then below him is Logan Cooley with 77. Dylan Guenther with 73. Or 68, sorry. Warren Fogle was 63. Lucas Reichel was 56. Adam Fantilli with 55. How many did he have with us? So out of 19 games, he had 11 points. Not bad. Then Ivan Provorov with 51. Kirill Marchenko with 32. Mathis Maselli with 30. Capo Caco with 29. Cam York with 29. Gustav Forsling with 27. Zetterberg with 19. How many did he have with us? He had 2 points. Aturata having 18. Mackey having 16. Stan with 15. Pierre-Oliver Joseph with 14. Victor Soderstrom with 12. And Ridley Gregg with 2 points. Goaltending numbers. Jesper Wallstedt with a 33-29-5 record. 3 shutouts, a 9.15 and a 2.87. Then Mads Sogard with a 9-5-4 record, 1 shutout, a 9.15 and a 2.97. Then for whole entire league, points was the leader with Kyle Connor with 108, then William Nylander with 107, Austin Matthews with 105, Sebastian Aho and Mark Scheifele with 100. So that's all your 100 points. Then Nikita Kucherov with 99. Then Johan Martinson, Steven Stamkos, Nikolai Ehlers, Elias Pettersson, David Elias Pettersson with 97. And then David Pastrnak, Trevor Zegras, Kirill Kaprizov, all having 96 to round out your top 10 in points. Then for goals, Austin Matthews with 55. Kyle Connor with 54. Jason Robertson with 50. Connor Bedard and Nikita Zibanejad with 49. Nikita Kucherov with 48. David Pastrnak with 46. Trevor Zegras with 45. Alexander Ovechkin with 44. Same as Mikko Rantanen. And I believe Mikko Rantanen is your final one for goals in top 10. Then for defensemen, it's Cale Makar that is leading defenseman in points with 86. Then Morgan Riley with 80. Josh Morrissey with 77. Adam Fox with 76. Vince Dunn with 67. Brent Clark with 63. Rasmus Anderson with 62. Evan Bouchard, Noah Dobson, Charlie McAvoy, all having 61 to round out your top 10 in defensemen. For goaltenders, for wins is Connor Hellebuck with 47, then John Gibson with 42, Jake Andre with 41, Ilya Sorokin, Thatcher Demko, and Connor Ingram with 38, then Alexander Georgiev, Ville Husso, Jordan Bennington, Husso Saros, whatever. I forgot how to say his first name. That's stupid. All having 37 round out your top 10 in wins. For shutouts, Logan Thompson with 6, Vasilevsky with 5, then Gibson and Skinner with 4. Then save percentage for starter is Sorokin with a 9.23, Below him is Andrei Vasilevsky with a 2.92 or a 9.12, and then Stuart Skinner with a 9.18. Then goals against average for starter is Sorokin with a 2.60, and then Stuart Skinner with a 2.61, and then Gibson with a 2.73. Then rookie skaters, Brent Clark with 63, Ranta with 50, Michael Misa with 49, Weston Hannon with 48, Brent Berard with 36, Harrison with 34, Jonathan with 33, also Jordan Gavin, Emily Hemming with 32, and then Caden Lindstrom having 34 to round to your top 10 in rookie skaters. So we need to give Joseph a contract, and for 4 years he wants 4.9. I'm not giving that to him. Is being more reasonable for the next 4 years. He wants 2.2. So I'll just do 2 million. I don't think he'll be on the team next year, so he'll probably be traded. But he's going to be on a cheap contract. So Zetterberg says yes. So for your Stanley Cup winners, we have the Toronto Maple Leafs and Billeville, I think I'd say it. Senators win the Calder Cup. So for the draft, Buffalo has first, then Washington, Vegas, Seattle, Pittsburgh, Minnesota, Boston, Calgary, Columbus via Detroit, San Jose, Chicago, Montreal, Philadelphia Flyers, the Florida Panthers, us, and then Los Angeles. So, an alright retirement class for forwards. We have Eric Stahl, Blake Wheeler, Jonathan Taves, however you say it, Logan Couture, David Perron, Taylor Hall, the former Oiler, Jordan Stahl. So the Stahl brothers retire in the same year. TJ Oshie, Drew Doughty, Alex Pietrangelo, Kyle Okposo, Mark Giordano, Alex Killorn, Derek Brassard, Mike Hoffman, and Mark-Edward Vlasic. For goalies, the only two that we're mentioning is the Flower, Marc-Andre Fleury, and Jonathan Quick. So for the playoff tree, it was Winnipeg went against St. Louis, then Nashville, and then Edmonton, then Toronto. Then Toronto went against New Jersey. The other Ottawa team, I forgot. You know, the rival, the Ottawa Senators. Yeah, it's like Ottawa, whatever. Then New York, and then won against the Jets. I know all the individual or team awards. So individual is Kyle Connor gets the Art Ross and the Hart. James Norris goes to Morrissey, which was like third in scoring. So he must have had a good plus minus. Then Lady Byng goes to Steven Stamkos. Calder goes to Clark, which I think that's the first defenseman to do it in like 10, 20 years or whatever. So good for Clark. Then Conn Smythe goes to William Nylander. Ilya Sorokin goes to... the Vezina goes to Ilya Sorokin. The William Jennings goes to Stuart Skinner. My boy, let's go. Bill Masterton goes to Siegenthaler. I said father, I think. Siegenthaler. Jack Adams goes to the... I am blanking so hard right now. The New Jersey Devils coach. There we go. The Frank J. Selke goes to Robert Thomas. Ted Lindsay goes to Kyle Connor. And Reese Richard goes to Austin Matthews. Well, it's time to do our first pick. Well, a lot of AI guys. Like, is there anyone that's not unknown? Okay, there's... Bro, this draft, like, looks so bad. So, I think I'll go Tim Tripp, see how he is. He's a top 6D, or top 6 forward. Okay, not bad. It was just a bunch of AHL guys and a bottom 6 guy, like AHL potential guys and a bottom 6 player, for Adam Rajicka. Because for some reason, Adam Rajicka is 86 overall and has a low trade value. So we'll send this in. They reject. We just need to add another player. They reject. Okay. Thought I could be smart. But, you know, just throw in a 6th rounder. I should be able to get like a 7th back. No. Do this, and they're offering Marchenko over to Montreal for Thomas Novak and a 5th. They say no. What about a 6th? And they accept. I'm going to be offering Stan, Zetterlund, and Mackey in a 2nd over because this draft is not the best. So I'll probably get rid of all my draft picks for Kemmel and just him and Luke Shen just to make the contracts work. They say they are willing to do it. So could we offer them a 5th rounder? Could we just offer them a 4th then? And Nashville accepts. So as you can see in Message Center, Coyotes have acquired Barzal in a trade. What a win, honestly. Like, that is some win that we just got there. For people, Novak needs a contract. And I would do 6-5 for Novak. Then Rajicka needs a contract. He's wanting $8 million. So if I just sign him for a 1-year 7-7, that should be good. So this guy will need an extension. So McLeod will need a extension, or his rookie deal. Joseph, we're going to let go. Nate Smith, we're going to let go. This guy, we're going to let go. Shen, we're going to let go. I guess we'll keep you even though you're bottom 6, just to fill out the AHL. Hader needs his rookie contract. All 3 of these guys actually need their rookie contract. I don't think the AHL is going to be starving for defensemen now. But that looks like everyone, I believe. Go into in-system. Yeah, that looks like everyone. I might give this guy a contract, though. Okay, so let's see if everyone accepts. Hader says yes. Thomas Novak says yes, which is good. Adam Rajichka said he's going to try free agency, so we'll have to find a new way. He said yes. He said yes. He says yes. He says yes. He says yes. So Rajishka. He's wanting 8 million, so I'll do 7-9. Rajishka has accepted. Okay, that's good. We have $2.5 million in cap space. Wow. So I'm not really going to be able to get much, but there's Nikita Kucherov, Höglander, Perfetti, Frost, Lehkonen, Denault, Carlson, some AI guy, Strome, Rodriguez, Hedel, Carrier. But I'm not going to be able to get many players. Like if I go Blake Coleman, I could get, but we're going to have like more than an 83 overall. And we don't need a goaltender, so we should be fine. Team is incredible. On the first line, we have all 90s. We have Clayton Keller, Logan Cooley, Matthew Barzal on the first line. Then on the second line, we have Thomas Novak, Lucas Reichel, and Dylan Gunther. Actually, who has the better face-off? So 74, 75. So we'll put Thomas Novak there. Then Adam Rajishka, Adam Fox, and Joakim Kamel on the third line. Then on the fourth line, we have Baron Hayden, Atu Rata, and Mathis Maselli. Then for defensemen, we have Ivan Provorov and Cam York. Then Larry McLeod and Gustav Forsling. And then Anthony Altschuler, I believe that's how you say it. And then Maverick Lamrick, Lemieux, I believe that's how you say it. And then goaltending tandem, we have Jesper Wallstead and Mads Silgaard. So that's it for this episode. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. This is year 4 of 8, and I will see you guys Friday. Goodbye for now.